Hey everybody, good evening, good evening. This is Cleta Colson-Eyre, and I'm coming to you live from my office. And this is our pink peek into pink night. It's hard to say. When you say it fast, it just sounds like peek into pink. But anyway, take a peek into our pink world. And so I'm just coming over here tonight. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. We have been coming on Wednesday nights and doing a little Zoom call. And so I thought, why not just do it in the Facebook group and do it in my little YouTube channel? And so what I'd like to do is just let you ask me questions. So I actually have my YouTube up on another screen over here. And so first of all, if you're watching, if you're a consultant or a guest, I would love for you to comment and tell me that you're on here so that I will know who is watching. And so if you're a consultant, just put your name, say I'm a consultant. If you're a guest, put your name and say who invited you, if it was me or if it's somebody else. Okay, that way I'll know who's on here. So, because I know we have seven people watching already. So that's exciting. So what I'm going to do is this isn't going to be really long tonight because I'm hoping we'll have some guests on here that will actually ask some questions. So I'm going to answer a few questions just right at the beginning. And so one of the first ones that I always get asked in Mary Kay is, well, first of all, they say, this is funny because they'll say, how do you win a pink Cadillac? Like, that's the first thing. It's not like, how do you make money? How do you get customers? It's how you win a pink Cadillac. That's what they're really the first thing I get. So let me just say that in Mary Kay, we earn the use of the free cars. Okay, they're not free, but we earn the use of a car, and there's a Malibu that you can earn the use of, an Equinox, or a pink Cadillac. And I don't know the exact percentage, but maybe like 1% wins the Cadillac. But it's one of the largest fleets that there is the Mary Kay pink Cadillacs, which is pretty exciting. And so anyway, you earn the use of those for 2 years, and at the end of 2 years, you have to requalify. And so how that works is it's based on your unit sales and production, and also recruiting, and you qualify in a 6-month time period. So it's pretty exciting. Okay, so whoever just said you invited me, make sure you put your name. I'm on a little thing called StreamYard, and I see all the comments, but I don't see who it is unless you like register with StreamYard. So make sure I see who that, so I can address you by your name on here. And so, you know what I could do is get my phone out and look on there too. But hey, Elizabeth and Janelle, thank you guys so much for popping in tonight. I appreciate it. And let me glance on here. Okay, let me turn all this down. Okay, Rebecca, also awesome. That's Elizabeth's sister. Beautiful. Okay, so Rebecca or Elizabeth or anyone over on my YouTube, if you will just let me know what would be one question if you were interested in selling Mary Kay. What would be one question that you would ask someone? Now, I will say that I have been in the company for 36 years last week. 36 years. I signed up right out of college and have really been doing this all my adult life, if you think about it, from 23 years old to the age I am right now. I got a lot of experience in this. And you might think, why would you stay in something so long? I mean, didn't you ever want to do something different? And the truth is, I mean, I could do some other, there's some other things that I could do. My background's in computers, actually. But I tell you, once I started using the products, I love the products. They're so good. I thought, well, I'll never not sell because I couldn't, like as a consultant, you do get them cheaper, right? You get them at wholesale. So I thought I got to stay in because I got to get my own at wholesale. I use so much because I use all of it, like head to toe. We have body care, we have bath gel, body lotion. And so all that, I don't buy it from the mall. I get it from myself. And so it's a head to toe product. And my husband uses it as well. He uses the colognes, the beard oil, the men's products. So, we're like a whole family of Mary Kay. At every sink in the bathroom is Mary Kay, the Satin Hands hand soap. And so, when you think about it, you save a lot of money when you're in Mary Kay because you get it all at wholesale. And so anyway, some of the times what people want to know is, how flexible is it? Like, what do you have to do? What are the requirements? So, in Mary Kay, it's pretty cool. We have people that do them all different levels. Some people come in and they just really they save some money by, selling Mary Kay on their own products. And maybe they just have like 5 or 10 customers, like their sister, their mom, their two aunts, and some friends from work. And then that's just it. And they just have a few customers they serve, and that's fine for them. And they, I had a girl in my unit just recently, and she said, I just want to make sure I sell enough to get all my stuff free to support my Mary Kay habit. That's what she said. And then there's others that come in and they're like, you know what? I'm willing to put in 3 to 6 hours a week with Mary Kay. Maybe do, 2 or 3 parties a week. And what's so cool about that is right now, with the parties, you can do them online like I'm doing right now. So literally you could come in here and do a party and be done in 30, 45 minutes. We're used to, and I still like the in-person. So I'm not knocking in person. I am definitely old school Mary Kay. I love having people over here and actually let them try the product while I'm sitting in front of them. But you know what? I've been sending out samples like this in the mail and, giving instructions and show them how to use it. And they are still getting to try the product, which is pretty cool. So, you may come in and say, hey, I just want to work a few hours a week with that. And then according to what you do, if you did 2 or 3 parties a week, then you can earn money from that, from your sales. And then what happens is the longer you're in, the more customers you have. And so, for example, I'll just give you an example of 2 examples. Like today, I had a girl text me and she said, hey, Cleta, she's a customer of mine. She said, I need the first 2 steps in my skincare, a couple of eyebrow pencils, and I need a foundation. So I added it up. She had the foaming cleanser and the lifting serum is what she wanted. And so it was like $126. So I charged her card. I got it off my shelf and I took it to her work. And she was so happy. And so we made 50% of what we sell. So that was really pretty quick and easy. Second example I want to tell you is I had a friend of mine that she let us, my husband and I, use her cabin up in the mountains in Tennessee. And so I left her a Mary Kay goodie bag with satin hands and satin lips and the satin body. And I just put a book in there. I didn't know. She's more on Brad's family. They're friends. And I've never met her in person. Well, anyway, yesterday I got online. She placed a $100 order, like $126 or just a little bit over $100 order, and had it shipped to her. I'm like, all right, thank you very much. I mean, I didn't do literally anything for that one because except for giving my website, she ordered it and it was shipped straight to her from Mary Kay, and Mary Kay deposited the profit into my account. So that's pretty awesome, right? So when you think about it, there's just a lot of ways you can do it. And so thank you for some of you guys joining us right now. I see Angela on here. And the rest of you, I'd love to know who you are. So if you want to just type your name on here, it'd be awesome. But anyway, then you have people that are like, look, a couple different ways. One is maybe I work a full-time job, but I really would like to get out of it. So I really would like to work more. Like I'm willing to work work my whole 40-hour week and then come home and work at night and work on the weekends and really build up my business so that possibly I could just do Mary Kay. Okay. You have those kind of women. And then you have some that are like, maybe they're retired or maybe they're stay-at-home moms and they're like, I need something to do on the side, but I need to be super flexible so I can homeschool my kids, go to all my kids' games or whatever you have. So it's just, you are a independent beauty consultant on all of our business cards and everything. We're independent beauty consultants. So you set and design your own schedule. And so the results that you have might be different from someone else's results. So that's the thing about it. It's kind of really up to you. Now, what we do is when we sign you up to sell Mary Kay, we try to help you and teach you some different ways to sell the product. And so I have lots and lots and lots of resources that we give you on how to do a book party, how to do a online party, how to do it in person. Mary Kay, the company, provides tons and tons and tons and tons of graphics that you can post on your social media, and lots and lots and lots and lots of education, online education. We have in-person events as well. I just got back from a fall retreat last weekend in Jekyll Island. There was about 65 of us. We had the best time and just a lot of great training from all of the sales directors. So, it's really a sisterhood for sure. And so I don't see any questions yet. Okay, here's one right here. Thank you, Rebecca. She said, well, how am I not going to like her, right? She said, you're the most awesome motivator. I'd ask you, how would you motivate people to be successful at selling? And you know what? That's a good question, because honestly, as a sales director, I do my best to motivate my people. But really, the motivation sometimes has to come from the person who signs up. So what I have found is if someone has I call it a why, like they really have a reason that they need to make money, okay, in Mary Kay. Maybe, I've heard a lot of different things. I've heard women who their husbands were sure enough miserable at their job and they decided to step up their Mary Kay career so he could quit and do something else. I've had people who wanted to really make money so they could have the extra money to maybe like take their family on a vacation. Or I had, I've heard of women that made extra money to save money to put down for a house. Or it could be that just you're responsible for this much of the bills. That's a motivation. Money is a motivation, right? When you really have to pay something and you know, if I don't sell, I'm not going to be able to eat. That's a good motivation. But we always say a why that makes you cry. Something that really you're motivated and you're like, look, even when I don't feel like it, I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to get some bookings and I'm going to, put some effort into this Mary Kay business. So you kind of got to figure out your why and what your goal is, because I think women that have goals and they're more motivated to get up and do it. Now, what I say to keep motivated, like Rebecca, it would be to plug in to your sales director, to get on the calls, to, read the things that come your way. Because it's just like when you go to church, like I just got back from church. We have Wednesday night church, and it fills me up. And so I go Sunday morning and Wednesday night too. And I had a Bible study this morning. And so I don't think I know enough to I don't need to go anymore. And it keeps me close to my faith, right? So with Mary Kay, same thing. You want to just kind of keep close to the people. And so the events so that you can stay kind of motivated. That was a really great question. So, hey, Lola from Detroit and Nancy from Santa Barbara, California. Awesome. It's early over there, girl. And then Pamela Gant, good to see you on there. Okay, so Angela asked, she says, how do you get your ladies to join every month? And Angela, do you mean to join on the training or like to join as far as join to sign up to sell Mary Kay? If you just answer that, then I'll come back to your question, okay? Robin Melton. Robin, she was my classmate in high school, and actually Rebecca and Elizabeth were too. And she says, how do you make a calendar for the month to keep everyone interested? Okay. Oh, and then Angela said, how do you get ladies interested in booking a class? Okay, so I'll answer both of those. So for booking, okay, so right now, some people are booking virtual, some people are not. The biggest thing about getting someone to book a party with you is the hostess incentive, okay? So let's say you have some people that maybe would love to buy Mary Kay from you. However, their money's tight. They're like, I'm kind of used to going to Walmart to get my products, and this is a little pricey to me. Well, they could be a hostess and invite some people, and then there's a hostess program. There's lots of different ones. Mary Kay has one where you actually give the hostess 10 to 20% in whatever is sold, and it's based on how many bookings you get. I know some consultants just give the hostess a flat out half price shopping spree if she'll have a party. So you kind of incentivize the hostess to get their friends on there and either to come like an in-person party or a virtual party. I have a party on Friday with one of my customers, Katie, and she's inviting people to just watch. We're just going to do a fall look. And I just set up a little Facebook group. She invited all her friends on it. I'm going to go live on it. I'm going to show some fall colors, talk about the skincare, and then I'll have a link where they can order the products, and I'll just do a little special. So, she's doing it because I'm going to give her a free product for doing it for me. So that's usually about that. Okay, let's see. The other question I saw here. How do you make a calendar for the month to keep everyone interested? So, Robin, are you talking about a calendar as in what to post or like what to talk about? Kind of explain that question to me a little bit. Some people, and then Angela said, Robin, I'll go back and look at that. So explain exactly what you mean by that. And Angela said, how do you get the ladies interested in booking the class, which we got that, and joining the business? Okay. So what Mary Kay Ash, the lady who started the company, said is that if you have a party of 5 to 6 people, that you share your I story, a little bit about why you love Mary Kay and what it's done for you. And then at the end, pick out at least 2 people that you can actually talk to them about the company like this. And she said that usually there's 1 or 2 people at every party that would like to be a consultant, because there's a lot of people that are either looking for extra money, flexibility, more girlfriends, all the things that come with it. Maybe just a sisterhood. We've got people that they're like, look, I need friends. This is a good group of women, It's a women with, high integrity and things like that. So it's flat out fun to be a part of something that's exciting, And so then you just share it. Not everybody that I talk to signs up. I always think they're going to, but they don't always do it. But, you probably get like 1 out of 5, and I like to think I get 1 out of 1, but, it might be 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, according to how long, you've been doing it. But really, you just have to meet their needs of what would it do for them? And if you can figure that out, someone is looking for an opportunity, I say you really can't say the wrong thing to that person. If you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and really, if they're not looking, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So you kind of think about that. So that was a really good question. Okay, let's see. Lola says, for September, I'm giving away charcoal masks when they spend $50. And I've inspired you to post by the holiday promise. Well, thank you, Lola. I appreciate that. And then Angela says, where do you find ladies to join your business? Do you mail flyers? And and then Robin. Okay, I see yours too. Okay, so how do you find people to join my business, and do I mail flyers? Honestly, I don't mail flyers. We do have, Mary Kay has lookbooks. Okay, so these are our books with all of our products in them, and it has all the prices and stuff. And so Mary Kay offers this as a preferred customer program. I do send these out to my customers. Okay. And when I first started, you can send these out to people that you want to be your customers. Maybe they're not even your customers yet. I moved to a new neighborhood, and I end up sending these out to all the girls that I recognize their name in my neighborhood, because I thought, well, they don't know I sell Mary Kay or not. And so that's one way to do it. As far as like putting flyers out, we're hiring and stuff like that, I found it's better to just individually ask people. It's just kind of like if you get a group message and there's 50 people on there and they're inviting you to something, you're like, whatever, right? It's like a group invite. But if you get something and you see there's only 4 people invited and you're one of them, you're like, oh, okay, well, I might go. Does that make sense? So I just really look for people that love the product. And then at every single selling appointment, I also talk a little bit about the company, because I don't know who's sitting there that might be looking for this. I know that when I went to my facial, I surely wasn't thinking about selling Mary Kay. I was trying to buy some product. And then I had a party, and someone else, my mother, is the one that said, hey, you ought to think about doing that. That'd give you some extra money. Never in a million years had I thought about it. And if she'd have asked me the day before, I probably said no. But, I saw her sell product, and I saw her collect money, and I thought, I know I could do what she just did. I knew I could be trained to do that. And so that's how I got interested in it. So, you kind of just keep a running list of, these are the women that I'd like to book for a party. These are the women I think would be good selling. And I kind of look at, like, if I knew they wouldn't tell me no, who would I really want on my team? And just ask them. They might say no, but if they say no, they could still be a customer, right? So Robin, we go back to yours. You say on your VIP group to keep things on track. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things, like on posting on your group. Mary Kay has something. It's called a digital showcase. It's a that's not the name of it, but anyway, it's a calendar. And Mary Kay has days of the month. This are ideas of what to post every day. Isn't that nice? Or every couple of days. And then I also have I just hired a virtual assistant, not on all of my groups, but on some of them, to just do some posting for me, because that's very worth my money to pay her. So there's a lot of virtual people that will do it for you too. There's also other things like Post My Party and things like that you can set up and, get creative people that already have really cool things. And then you can schedule in advance to post on your groups. So you're not always having to think of something new. So, and then I'll kind of like whatever's new, I'll get on there and talk about it more than once. Just like if you've ever followed another group, let's say handbags. I'm just going to say this. There's this one company called Consuela. It's a handbag company in Texas. And I saw their bags. I clicked on it, and I'm telling you, like every other day, I see a thing about the bag. I see the same bag. I see different bags, but I like them, so it don't bother me that I see that same bag I saw yesterday. So sometimes you just like I post on the charcoal mask today, and people see stuff about the charcoal mask, but you know what? It's just like reminders. So but Mary Kay does give a guideline, and it's called the Digital Playbook. That's it, and tells you what to post every day. Okay. I'm glancing at these. Okay, how do you get people to sign up virtually? Okay, so here's the thing. Like, how do you sign people up virtually? Is you can just send them the link. I think you probably know that, Lola, right? But if you're talking about like, okay, first thing I do is I had Facebook. I set up a private group for my customers. So my customers are on that private group. I'm actually streaming into that private group right now. I call it Cleta's Classic Click. And you can call it whatever you want to. Like one of my new consultants just set up, and hers is Fletcher's Foxy Faces, And so I stream into that group, and then I occasionally will go on there and I will do a thing like this, and I just tell a little bit about the company. And so they may have never thought about it, but they watch this and think, you know what, I think I'd like to do that. I really don't do, we really don't do advertising to like go out and get a bunch of strangers. Like you have to, you want to know who you're talking to, right? And so I think that's what you mean. So when you're out virtually, I mainly just talk about how, like, let's say I'm on Instagram and I may post something about what I'm doing and how much I like it. And then I just put hashtag my Mary Kay life or my MK life. That's what people put. And then, occasionally somebody will message me and say, hey, I'm kind of interested in Mary Kay. I saw your post, and so then I'll reach back out to them. So, if you keep your name out there enough, so people that are looking, because there are people that might be saying, I would love to sell Mary Kay. I just don't know how to do it. If they're looking, they'll find you on there. So I hope that helps that question on that. How do you become a leader in Mary Kay? Well, leader to move up in the company, it is based on sales, but also team building. So you really you can actually, the first step is when you get your very first team member, you're a senior consultant. Then the next step is what we call a star team builder. That's when you have 3 teammates, 3 people that you've signed up. And then the next is team leader. Okay, that's when you have 5, and you get paid on a percentage of what they order each month. And then it goes all the way up to elite team leader, and then director in qualification, and then director. As a director, you have to have at least 30 women that have signed up under your personal people or theirs. And that's how you start with that. And then just to move on up in the company, it's really just building your team, helping them learn how to sell, help them build their team, and so on. Like for me and my unit, we have about 200 people in our unit. And, I've had more, I've had less, but that's how you do it. Now I could double the unit if everybody get one person, right? And so what I like to do is just help our new gals, reach out to at least one person to get on their team right in their first month, 1 to 3 people, and get them started that way. Because you don't know who's going to really take off with it, right? So I hope that answers your question. Yeah. And so Angela, did that answer your question? And so, hey, Deborah, good to see you. Hey, Sahar, good to have all you guys on here. Okay, let's see if there's the playbook. Thank you, Pamela. I finally remembered it. Okay, who else has another question about Mary Kay? So I think I want to, I didn't want this to be too long for you guys, but I did want to at least show you how to get started. So I'm going to share my screen and just kind of go over that. But I want y'all to go ahead and keep asking questions, because then I can go back and answer them once I get done with showing you this, okay? So let me remove this right here so y'all can see. Okay, so these are the 3 ways to get in Mary Kay. Number 1 right now is so inexpensive, I believe, to get in Mary Kay. It's called an eStart. It's only $30. This gives you a personalized website and credit card processing for 1 year, access to your back office through Mary Kay In Touch, free apps to help you sell anytime, anywhere, digital marketing tools, customer support, and online step-by-step education. So they don't mail you anything with this, but you are definitely in, all right? The next one This is the full starter kit and the eStart. With this one, you get a beautiful bag, you get mirrors and trays, you get $400 worth of products and samples inside this that you can actually someone to come over and try the products. You do get the website and the credit card processing and all the other things that the eStart gets. And then so it's 30 or 130. And then with that, because we're doing so much virtuals, there is a $69 sample pack that only costs $45 that you can add on so that you can mail out samples or hand out samples and people can still try the product even if they didn't want to come over to your house or you didn't want to go over to their house. Does that make sense? So to get in as little as 30, or you can do the 130 and then you could add on the $45 pack. And how you would do it is the person that you were signing up under, they would send you a link to sign up. An email link is how they do it. And you would just fill out the information. And then Mary Kay gives you a consultant number. You would go to the Mary Kay consultant website, log in, and then you would start your training from there. Okay. So anybody have any questions about this right here, about the starter kit options? Okay, I don't think so. All right, let me go ahead and take that off. And so Angela, she said, can you tell me about the next tier from consultant? Okay, yeah, no, Angela. Hey, listen, you're why I'm on here tonight, girl. So as a consultant, when you're a sales director, let's say you just go consultant sales director. So either way, all along, like if you start building a team. I've got some women on my team. In my unit that have like three or four consultants on their team. And so, they try to keep in touch with them and motivate them, but also they try to make sure they're plugged into the unit meetings like me, like their sales director and things like that. As a sales director, you're in charge of, giving them information, motivating, education, really inspiration is really what you want to try to do, keeping them informed about different things, but you learn along the way. Like no one can buy into a sales director position. And then above that, there's national sales director. So the biggest thing I would say a difference is our commission schedule is 50%, but you also have bonuses that you can earn all along in Mary Kay from getting your very first team member. There's different bonuses that you can do. And of course, you got that reorder business. So if you're going to sell anything like an in-home business, make sure it's something that washes down the drain every night and they're going to run out so that you not have just a one-time sale. That's real important about that. And of course, it is an in-home business. You do get to write off a lot of stuff at your house, like my office in here. There's a lot of stuff, that I write off as a portion, like on my taxes and stuff too, which you can consult your accountant about that. So I hope that answers that question on that. Let's see. What does Deborah say? I joined in 2020. Okay. Okay. So here you go. Deborah, discover what Deborah said. She has made it all the way to the Princess Court of Sales just by sending out texts and messages on Messenger and contacting people like that. There's so many different ways you guys to sell. Okay. Right now it's Christmas time, right? So a lot of people are selling gifts. I showed this today on this is a 12 days of faves, something that Mary Kay just came out with. It's a $99 set that we can sell. Look at this. It's got like 12 boxes, and this has all kind of full-size products in here and samples. And each, like a girl can, open up a box once a day for the 12 days of Christmas, And so you can sell this for $99 and sell Christmas things, holiday selling and things like that. So a lot of people are really getting into that right now. So people sell to businesses. I've gone into businesses at Christmas time. I had this one health, it's called Barnes Healthcare, and they bought 35 satin hands sets for me. And that they gave to they would go around doctor's offices and they bought enough so they could give it to all the different doctor's offices that they sell from, So, you can get like sales like that. You can go to a business and they say, okay, I've got this many people that work for me. My budget is $20 a piece. What can you do? And so I've had people that really, really sell a lot during the holidays as well. And then of course you got Valentine's Day and things like that too. So my bread and butter is probably more on skincare, and glamour, but I do sell a lot during Christmas, sell a ton on Black Friday. I just do my own specials because you can do your own specials and do whatever you want to do. Okay. Let's see who else. Oh, good. Someone said they just saw the video on it and bought one. Okay, who said that? Let me see if I can look on my thing to see who said that. Oh, Rebecca, good deal, girl. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I gave it to all my nieces and my sister-in-laws for Christmas last year, and they loved it. It's really a lot better than I normally would get them, you know? Okay, does anyone have any other questions? So what I would do is think about this. You really don't have a lot to lose in Mary Kay, right? You could just get in and see how it would go. And if you get out, it's like not that big a deal, right? Mary Kay gives you a 90% buyback. So if you have inventory on your shelf up to what you purchased for a solid year, you can get 90% back if you decide to quit. Most people just sell it and get out. That's what they want to do. But Angela, to approach businesses to sell, I just usually made a list of, okay, think of everybody I know. I think of like people from church. Where do they work? And could I get a foot in the door? You know, like if you know somebody, it's real easier. But even if you don't, you can just walk in. And I just usually go in and have a couple of items and say, you know, can I talk to the manager? You know, and I try to go above the secretaries and stuff if you can. But sometimes you can't. And then I say, you know, I'm a consultant with Mary Kay, and I have a couple of gift giving ideas. I don't know if you've already purchased, but I would like to leave something with you, you know, or come in and show you what I have. Some consultants go in and actually have like 3 different sets set up to show them. So, you know, it's just according if you want to do something like that. I remember I reached out to one of the sales rep for the that health store. Not a health store, it's like a drugstore type thing. And I had a connection. Okay. So you use the connections that you already have. And so everybody, you know, you say, hey, does your boss give gifts for Christmas? You know, and then that's how you could get in there. So that's a great question. Is there a minimum you have to sell? There's not a minimum you have to sell to become active in Mary Kay and get 50% off. Your minimum order has to be $225. And then that gets you $450 worth of product. Okay. And that keeps you active for 3 months. Like, so let's say you came in and that's just the minimum. All right. There's also lots of levels and you can earn free products in that. And, you know, Angela, me and you talk, I'll tell you about the different levels and, you know, explain that a little bit more. But if you order at least $225, you get 50% off. And then like, let's say you did it this month. So then October, you can order any size order and get 50% off. And the same thing with November. And then if you go 3 months, on the 4th month, if you haven't ordered another $225, then you would be what they call inactive when nothing happens to you. But when you get ready to order, the minimum is going to be $225 again. So like me, I order every month and way over $225. So I don't ever worry about that. So that's kind of how that works. All right. So you could actually get a Mary Kay, and let's say you got in and you ordered $225. And you sold for a little bit, and then you didn't place another order. You didn't sell nothing for a solid year. A whole year you have not placed an order with Mary Kay as a consultant. Then they would terminate you, and then you'd have to sign back up as a new consultant if you hadn't ordered anything in a whole year. So most of us, we use enough to stay active. I use enough to stay active. The repair sets, what I use is $205. Retail, and so it cost me half of that, but you know, I'm not gonna let that run out. And then all the jillion supplements that I use to try to keep looking young, right? So that's how that works. Okay. All right, ladies. Well, I think that's it. Angela, I will reach out to you when we're done. Actually, I'm just gonna put right here. Hang on, I'm gonna put so that you can give me a call. I'm just going to do that while we're still online. I put my website in the messages there so you can find that, Angela. So maybe you can just click on that and get my information and give me a call. But for everybody else, whoever asked you to watch it, I would like you to think about this on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 5. 1, I'd never do Mary Kay. I'd rather eat dirt and die than sell Mary Kay. I don't even like the product. And 5 is, hey, sign me up. Where are you? And we always say you can't say 3. That's chicken answer. So you have to tell your consultant where you are between 1 and 5. And then if you're thinking it's just not the right time, honestly, there's never a perfect time. It's just something you're going to try. If you like it, great, stay with it. And if you don't, you can always get out. I mean, like, think of all the people that do different jobs, right? So I thought I didn't know if I was going to be any good. I thought, well, if I stink, I'll just send this stuff back. That's what I thought. But I knew I liked it enough, and I knew my mom and my aunt would buy from me, and I would make my sister, which she did. And she's actually, my sister's been in 31 years. I signed her up. She's my second recruit. She's still in all these years. And so it's had a good business as well. So it's pretty awesome that way. But thank you guys so much. You can continue to make comments. I promise you I'll go back and answer every single one of them, but I didn't want to keep you on here too long tonight. But we're going to start doing this every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern time, and we'll just answer questions, okay? And so thank y'all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.